Welcome, everyone, to mostly laughter, some slaughter, the Eschaton.
Da da da
Dun, dun,
da.
dun.
Mhm.
Uh,
Do do do
so,
do do
uh,
do.
sadly, we are missing Jay today. Um, because of that, did a last-minute audible to play the Eschaton rather than Lords of Chaos. So that is the reason for the delay. Uh, however, however, uh, I think this will be fun and interesting. The uh, the game has evolved a little bit since the last time I play tested it, um, and I think the first thing to go into is talking a little bit about the playbooks. Um,
Mhm.
so there are three playbooks available. Um, the sort of the basic one is the citizen, and they uh, they sort of have their own planet uh, that they are like the most prominent person on. Possibly like the the like a dictatorial leader, but possibly just sort of um, I mean, it could be like a anarchist commune, and they're just influential. You get to decide that during character creation. Um, the next one is the regional intelligence director, um, and they are the regional head of a intelligence agency in space. Uh, and the last one is the composition, which is a being or beings uh, that are either like a hive mind or uh, have lots of bodies, but and share memories or share a personality. Um,
Hmm.
so I looks like there somebody was working on the intelligence director. Who was that?
That was me.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, my name is Mr. July. Male humanoid. You can see I've got a zoot suit on. We're so during the
Oh, that
Roswell
picture.
incident.
Hmm.
During the Roswell incident, I was one. So we it was the Roswell incident was all wrong. See, what happened was is that the aliens traded off three of them and three of us. I'm the last one left, and it all happened on July. So my name is Mr. July. And I've been transported here to your world from the 1940s. See, I don't know much about what's going on here, but all I know is you gotta have style when you catch a man.
Awesome.
Okay. Um. So, how is it that Mr. July has come to be the head of a intelligence agency, or the regional head?
Well, I was known I was a distinct member of the back in the day. There was no FBI or CIA agency yet. I was a member of the Air Force that was investigating um, UFO incidences, and I just and was earmarked to be inducted into the FBI after the incident. But fortunately for me, I volunteered for this assignment, so I figured might as well take what I know to this world. It seems like they need a little bit of education. You know, they got things all wrong up here. You know. They don't treat ladies right. They don't know how to smoke a cigar, how to smoke cigarettes. Just don't know what it's like.
Okay.
Don't know what it's like.
And Joe, Chris, do you have a strong opinion as to? I guess Joe, you wanted to do. You were looking at composition.
I'm kind of looking at composition. Yeah. So the story that I've come up with in my head so far is that there was a colony of humans that left Earth. They were going to make their own civilization out in the wilderness somewhere, or out in the universe somewhere. And they were like, no, we're not going to terraform. We are going to adapt to the environment. That was their whole cause, their whole belief. So they found a planet. It was habitable to their life. So they said, okay, so we're going to settle down here. We're going to adapt to this environment. What they eventually came to understand is that the environment, there's some kind of life in the environment, and I'm not sure yet whether it's a parasite or a bacteria or what, but there's something that joins with other life forms in a symbiotic relationship. So when they found that out, well, that was a hard time. They were not excited by that idea.
They didn't want anybody to put creatures in their bodies.
They did not want to put creatures in their bodies. We will become a breeding ground for bacteria. That doesn't sound like fun. Let's not do that. But eventually they came to realize that, okay, well, this is something that can work. So, okay, let's do it. And the symbiotic relationship has made them, while they are relatively small in number, they are pretty powerful, because the symbiotic relationship makes them basically biocyborgs.
Okay.
So they are faster, stronger, better, smarter, can heal quickly. They even have the ability to have sort of bioweapons and bioarmor. But I think Citizen might work better for them than Composition. Because Composition, they're not really a hive mind.
Well, okay. The thing about the composition is you don't have to be a hive mind, but there would have to be some sort of connection between bodies, and that would be sharing either memories or personality. So if it's neither of those then maybe Citizen's better.
Well,
and I think two Citizens will work. Much better than like two intelligence directors or two compositions. Although it might be worth trying out. At that point.
Well, Chris, are you planning on going with the Citizen?
Probably. Like, you got a rough idea what I want to do with the concept here. I'm just not sure what exactly does a composition entail as opposed to a Citizen. I'm not quite wrapping my head around it.
Well, okay, so the in terms of like the so story-wise, the main difference is that the composition is is like this linked collective, whereas the Citizen is sort of a planetary ruler or influencer. Mechanically, the Citizen gets more like stuff, like their civilization is built up more. They tend to have more resources. whereas the composition has that because of that link, they have more unity. They're better at getting projects done. They're harder to infiltrate. And a big part of the game is like the interaction of various organizations. So if you're hard to infiltrate, that can prevent all sorts of shenanigans.
I will take composition because you just gave me a brilliant idea for my civilization. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I will explain once we get through this thing.
Awesome. I will take. Do you want to test 2 compositions, Brad, or should we just do with me going with the citizen? I'm okay either way.
I'm okay either way. I'd be interested in seeing how that works out.
Okay.
I think it's time to roll a percentile dice. Okay, I will go with a citizen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, for each of those playbooks, there's picking your picking your name, which is fairly straightforward, and then there's the look. Under the look, there's gender, body, eyes, clothes. You can either pick something off that list or come up with your own. Then a new thing is faults. These are, these are character flaws. You choose one. You'll be choosing one right now. One during or at the end of the first session, and then a third one you would choose at any point after that. And faults are very closely linked to advancement. Whenever you playing out one of those faults makes creates an interesting turn of the story or causes a problem for you, you get a mark towards advancement. And when you get 5 marks towards advancement, you get your when you get 5 marks, you get your first advance, which can be either bumping up a stat or getting additional moves.
Okay. I think I get it.
Okay. So, for the citizen specifically, after you make those decisions, or should I wait till you make those and then I'll go on to the next thing?
Okay. So fault is the main decision to make right now, right?
Yes. Really, you can do that in any order between. You could do your fault before your look or after.
Okay.
Whichever feels more natural.
Got it. Okay. Okay. I have my look and I have my fault.
Okay.
And I have my name.
Okay. So you'll automatically get the move World Ruler, which is how you influence your denizens, and something that you check at the beginning of each session to see how things are going.
Gotcha.
And then you get one more, and that'll either be barbaric control, which is essentially it essentially means that rather than playing very nice with the rest of meta society, you sort of have doubled down on controlling your populace, and you're very good at controlling it, but you tend to have more enemies, and it's just sort of meaner. And then the other option is meta society approval, where you have more you don't have enemies, you have reputation, but you have less control over your society.
Meta society approval is the one that makes the most sense.
Okay. And then choose a stat block. There's 4 different choices.
Small badass. What is synthesis?
So that's sort of how well you use technology and how well the aid of technology helps you do tricky things, like skillful things. It's sort of, in some ways, it's the miscellaneous category for everything that isn't badass, suave, or focus. Focus being both like perception and to some degree intelligence.
Okay.
All
right.
And also like, like psi ability would fall under focus.
Okay. I am going to go with. I'm going to go with Focus 0, Suave 2, Badass 1, Synthesis 0.
Okay.
That'll be my stat block.
Okay. And Chris, Leo, do you have any questions so far?
Sure. Just basically filling in the holes here at this point. Okay, I've decided to do something, well, because we're trying to stay within a relatively human means, I came with a crazy idea. There's this recent archaeological find called Homo florescensis, which is nicknamed the Hobbit. It's basically a concept they found in Indonesia of an alternative Homo sapien species that's basically been roughly about half the height. On the planet that we originated on, this race came to flourishing with few natural predators and this thing, and achieved space travel independently of the other civilizations. They are essentially an entire collective of science nerds based on the thing here. And one of their greatest developments, and why I'm using a collective basis, is they developed the cyber brain. So all the halflings are neural interfaced with each other in order to communicate stuff so they can do science faster.
Okay.
Nice.
You know, they are led by the legendary leader, Captain Buzz Button Esquire. Who I'm still trying to find the right picture for him, but essentially think James T. Well, not quite James T. Kirk, more like, your typical 50s scientist hero, only shorter. So he's square jawed and about 4 foot. So I'm trying to find the right picture for that. So that's kind of the idea and concept I'm going with. I'll hammer out the details little by little here once I get things together.
Okay.
So they're not a true collective. They just like to process data fast.
Okay. Well, so in terms of moves, you start off with you get many bodies automatically, which essentially lets you be in it sort of lets you like interject yourself into any scene. There's like so many of you. There's just bound to be one wherever the action is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have I have a cat in the way of what I'm looking at. Okay. Then you have a choice of I think it's one more. Of one more move, chosen among one mind, which makes you more resistant to outside influence on your civilization. Cooperative structure, which gives you a bonus to long-term projects, or multiple viewpoints, which
Okay.
Which helps you assess situations.
Yeah, I think I'll go for cooperative structure because that seems to fit the concept here.
Yeah.
It's basically an entire group of space scientists for all intents and purposes. Oh, and you get many bodies, one mind, and one other, is what you're saying. So, cooperative structure, many bodies.
Oh yes, yes.
And apparently, I do keep one mind. According to your own rules here.
Yes. That is accurate. I misstated when I said you get
Okay.
one of the you get a yeah. So yeah, you get the many bodies in one mind automatically, and then a choice between a cooperative structure and multiple viewpoints.
Okay, I'll go for cooperative structure because it kind of fits. Like I'm almost playing Ghost of the Shell, only shorter in a lot of ways.
Okay.
So
Um,
It's just like
Yeah.
X, only shorter.
that's the real theme.
Here
Yeah.
you go,
So
Chris.
be sure to choose your stat block. But a very important part of picking any composition is choosing your neural architecture. So it sounds like you're not doing unified, which is sort of the hive mind.
No.
So it's a question of whether it's self-organizing, where all of your bodies share the same memories but have different personalities, or
Yeah, self-organizing for sure because
yeah.
it's a race of individuals. They just bicker with each other, and also that's where you get contention in a society. Is when you know everything at the same time.
Nice.
Yes,
Leo,
let's just say they've turned the scientific method into a religion for all intents and purposes.
Um,
Oh, I like that. That's so. He looks like Brigham Young. That's awesome.
My good friend.
so I got the faults. I got the focus. I got the agency updates. I got this, the body tags. I got the organization set up. Am I missing anything?
probably not. So let me just look over to make sure that it's the new version of the organization set up rather than the old one. Okay. Oh, so what is the name of your agency?
Oh,
So there's a number of choices that are that I already came up with, or you can come up with your own.
okay. A name for my agency? I don't know.
Well, if you're having a hard time, I mean, you can come back to it, or if you're having a hard time deciding, just pick one of the pre-gen ones.
Universal Police. How about that?
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
UP, basically. Well, like MPs, but
Oh, sorry about that.
Cat
That's
Wars.
okay?
Yeah, that would be River. She doesn't like
like-
other cats.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
we're the Up agency.
Up your agency?
Up
Yep.
that agency.
Wow.
Up your agent.
Hold on one sec. I'm gonna go see what's
Yeah.
going on.
Okay,
Good idea.
The
I'm
water
just doing
spray.
some random rolls here to determine what my world looks like.
Trying to find the right picture because I want to. The way I see the main character, Buzz Button, he looks like somebody out of a '50s sci-fi B movie, only shorter. And I'm trying to find the right pick. You know, the guy with that stupid smirk that always seems to have the answer for everything.
Yep.
This won't seem to. The only difference because what do you think I'm going to build up? Snark. That's their flaw. They're smartasses.
Yep.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
Okay, sorry about that. So
No problem.
that was weird. Domino, who's like our oldest cat and who can like barely walk, was intimidating River, who is like a burly cat.
It's mind game, son. Cats know them by
Cats.
heart.
Yeah,
Cats are weird.
They need to establish who the alpha cat is.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's not Domino. I mean, there's no way that Domino is the alpha cat. Okay, so on your agency, so did you pick the two organizational descriptors?
Those, organizational descriptors. I believe I did.
Okay.
What do you mean, like? The dirty tricks,
Okay.
mass surveillance, and intervention. Is that what you're talking about? Or no?
No, those are moves that you can do. You can, so you can choose. Let me.
Are you talking about body tags?
Okay. No. Okay. So, yeah. So, first off, you get the the agency move, and then two of the three other moves, dirty tricks, mass surveillance, or immense budget.
Mm.
And
Okay.
then
So I get two of those.
yes.
So I'm gonna go dirty tricks and I think mass surveillance probably works for these guys.
Okay.
We are everywhere. Mass surveillance. Okay, got it.
Okay.
And then, are you okay? So are you talking about the choose the agency name? I already got that up, and then choose two of the organizations and descriptors, such as direct democracy, bureaucracy. I think it'd be a bureaucracy, right? FBI is a bureaucracy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It could be.
No, but what is FBI? Is it a direct democracy, an autocracy? I'm just saying, like, I'd model it after the FBI.
Yeah, FBI would probably be bureaucratic would probably be one of the descriptors for sure. Like it's definitely more bureaucratic than autocratic.
Mhm.
Even though it is somewhat hierarchical. And then and then for the other the second descriptor, there's a number of different ones that could fit. Anonocracy, where it's like there's competing factions within it, is a possibility.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Constitutional, it would certainly make sense in that there's like bylaws that must be followed, that restrict what you do to others. Or it could be totalitarian, where you're at least within the FBI itself, there's if you don't follow the ethos exactly, and there's hell to pay.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna pick constitutional, and I basically we do have rules and bylaws that are set up by the group itself.
Okay.
The rules that we set in place.
Okay.
So everybody's working on the same page, basically.
Okay. And Abram and Buzz, you should also pick descriptors, and all three of you should pick the stat array for your organization.
Excellent.
Which is a different set of stats than your character stats.
Yeah, we got that taken
Okay.
care of.
Okay. Where do I find information about that?
Okay. So ideally it should be, but it's not on your character. So hold on, let me copy pasta.
Is it
Okay.
organization set up?
Yeah, because that's
It's
what I
under
do.
organization setup. Yes.
Okay.
Let me cancel out and.
This one makes the most amount of sense. I will grab that.
Okay, I think I got the worst of it here. Am I missing anything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah, something I'm seeing is that I copied specifics for how to set up the regional intelligence organization. I did not copy put together specifics for collective and citizen. I think.
Hey, we're learning as we go.
Yep, no worries.
Yeah.
Good, batata.
Da-da-ba-ba.
So, yeah, if you look at organization setup for Abram and Buzz, it's only slightly different. You do you don't necessarily have to pick a name for the organization, although Buzz. I'm sorry. So Abram, you may want to like name your government.
Mm-hmm.
Then you choose one of the arrays. Then go ahead and for you to actually pick 3 organizational descriptors rather than 2.
Okay. And where are the descriptors? Here we go. So anarchy, cyber, snazzy,
Yeah.
demarchy, capitalist. Gotcha.
All right. Okay, and let me know when you're done with that part.
Mm-hmm.
And could you give me the link to the how I'm linked to? Yeah, I need that. The links for how me and Chris are related.
Okay.
That it wasn't on my character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the bonds.
The bonds, yeah. And I don't see them on.
Yeah, I was going to discuss that before I added mine, but I think otherwise my character is more or less under control.
Hey, Brad.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, when you have a minute, can you explain to me what cyber synapsiny is?
Sure. Uh,
How you pronounce it?
I believe it's cyber synapse.
Cyber synapsiny. Okay, works for me.
Oh, okay. So, uh, hold, bonds. Okay. So, bonds should be added uh, to Mr. July.
Um,
Okay, and
okay, there we go. Thank you.
yeah, cyber synapse may fit Buzz pretty well too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And so, what does that mean? How does it work?
Okay. So what it's what I mean essentially what it means is that uh, you and other influencers tend to be secluded from the rest of society, but take in massive amounts of data and rule based on that.
Ah,
And the mechanical benefits are that when you're trying to when you're trying to figure out what's going on, uh, out there in the world from that data, you get a big bonus. But it's a little bit more difficult to control your population um, because of that seclusion.
gotcha. And we are choosing 3 selectors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if this works. I'm choosing cyber synancy, theocracy, and demarchy.
Okay.
Theocracy, very much a
What is your religion?
be in tune with the world spirit. The world spirit will be in tune with you. Learn to use the world spirit is both a intelligence for guiding and a power to be used. So that's if you were going to boil down their theocracy, that's what it comes to.
Okay.
Cyber synapse, the people who learn or who lead tend to do so between a combination of taking in data, technology, but also taking in data from their connection with the earth through the what I'm thinking is there's a symbiotic creature that lives within them, but that creature also works and deals in manipulating bacteria. So there is sort of a it's kind of like nanotechnology, except it's bacteria instead of little robots.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And Demarchi, I think is that
So-
random selection of decision makers.
Yeah.
Something like that?
So those people who are secluded and plugged into all this information are actually selected randomly, and you can decide whether or not like Abram is just like the most influential of them, or they Abram may have some way of like being outside of that little group, but have a way of influencing them, either because Abram may have like founded the whole planet, and they just still look to him because yeah, look to him or her because of the of that history, or because maybe Abram has like influenced that biological evolution, so he has like a back door or something like that. It's up to you.
I haven't decided yet. But that's definitely, I'm going to have to think on that one.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the organizational descriptors. I get a +2 to rep because of the Meta Society approval. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so rep starts at 5 then. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
and then everything
actually,
else.
it starts at I guess it starts at 7, I think, because Demarchy adds another +2,
Excellent.
and it and rep isn't capped.
Okay. Yeah, so I've also, it's funny. So there's the whole like choose 4 things your world has. I rolled randomly and got small military force, disciplined military force,
Oh my.
compound city hall is defensible. So
That's violent. Violent.
so they're good people, they're tree hugging hippies, but if you come on their property, they will fuck you up.
Yeah.
There is sort of a redneckiness to them, it's like this land is my land. I got a shotgun and you ain't got one.
Yeah. For some reason, I see your patron saint being pestilence. For some reason.
Yep. Which is appropriate because their 2 wants are population is filthy unwell. So even though they've adapted to the world, one of the things that happens, because there's a high seasonal temperature variation, so people get sick pretty easily, and population is perverse and unstable. So when shit starts to go bad, everybody wants to like pick up and move off and go somewhere else.
Oh.
So they kind of are rednecks. They kind of are like, fuck this, we're gonna go off into space.
Alternatively, I could see, because of their religion and that religion being very influential in their culture. It's a theocracy, and that being tied to the world spirit. It's just that anybody new who comes doesn't have that tie, or at least as far as they're concerned, doesn't have that tie, and is thus an outsider.
That is for sure. They definitely look suspiciously on anyone who wants to come to their world but isn't part of the collective.
Yes.
And I think that is what they will call themselves.
Okay.
The collective.
And it occurs to me that you took those military things, but let me see if I'm looking at this incorrectly. But Okay. Oh, okay. But so you don't have your own planet, though.
Do I not have my own planet?
That is one of the three things you can choose when you're choosing holdings. But no, you would have to be on that compound and like perhaps most of your people, although they could be. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Um, so you because you don't have your own planet, it could be you could. That doesn't mean that you don't have any planet to live on at all. It just means that you don't necessarily have control of the planet. You have control of your own people. But somebody else would be like the titular ruler.
You like something like Waco or Ruby Ridge.
Yeah.
Kind.
Like he bought a property and he's like, everybody lives on this commune, and they're like,
"You're not coming here."
Everybody's homeschooled and everything. No kidding.
Yeah, kind of. So, just out of curiosity, would that be under organization setup? I would have chose that, or is that somewhere else?
That's
holdings.
Under the playbook itself, the structured holdings.
Okay.
And sorry, which playbook?
Oh wait, actually, I'm sorry. I think I screwed up. I keep on forgetting that you're a citizen, not a collective.
Okay.
And that the hobbits are the collective. So yes, you do have your own planet. I've been looking at the wrong structure and holdings. Very sorry.
Gotcha.
You totally have your own planet. And a city-sized population. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. That's interesting because that was gonna go in an entirely different and interesting direction, but no. Okay. Awesome. So the only thing that's left for me, I think, is bonds, which should come after everybody else has done their stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, there's also body tags, which should probably be done before bonds. Probably.
Okay.
I already got my body tags done.
Okay.
Body tags
as well.
What are
So
body
tags. I think there's a.
Ooh.
They're on the reference sheet, but I think there may be a handout for them as well.
I do see the handout.
Okay. Yeah.
Get pick 3. Yay!
A monofilament whip.
Oh, yeah. One thing to keep in mind when choosing the body tags is that some of the ones that are weapons like mention like a like a harm stat, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or and that is actually changed in the newest version. But any weapon you choose will essentially be bleeding edge, I think it's called. So any weapon you choose, it'll be dangerous and something that nobody else wants to be hit with.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. What is a programmable matter reservoir?
essentially that's some sort of undifferentiated matter that you can turn into useful items that aren't too high tech in and of themselves. So let's say you needed a shovel, you could turn your reservoir into a shovel and dig. If you needed a rope, same thing, that sort of thing.
I like that. Okay. All right, working on the body tags.
Okay.
Body
Can we,
tags.
is it okay if we take a break here, boss?
Yeah, if you need a break now, we can do it now.
Okay.
Now's probably a good time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't mind?
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
Okay, so we will be back soon. Please stick around.
Come back soon, y'all.
Yep.
Yippers.